I think where we should start was what a video that has gone viral now, where you were. I imagine that you were talking about your position, and you were sort of attacking their understanding of the economy, and you think that the opposition may not understand, and the critics of this government say things that are not comfortable to this government, but you are assuring the president that all is okay. There are those who are watching tonight that will say, Mr. Adede, you are wrong. All is not okay for Nigerian economy. How do you defend an economy that an average person is still feeling a lot of pain, and yet you say that the critics are not understanding? How do you explain that tonight?
Thank you, Sheon, and thank you, Nigeria. So in your introduction, there are some things I need to correct, because you are making distinction between people and Nigeria. The summation of people you have in Nigeria is what called Nigeria. So if balance sheet of Nigeria is getting better, so by extension, the life of Nigeria are getting better. That's it. Secondly, when you talk about opposition, I want you to let us defer that because the focus today is to explain the decision that Mr. President has made, the results that we've seen, and how does future look like. So I want us to structure this conversation into like 4 sections. First will be, what did we meet when we come? What have we done? And what are the results? And how does future look like? And let me take the first session about what we meet. You know, it's not in the character of Mr. President to share blame, because we believe government is continuum. But that does not mean we should not take stock of where we are coming from. And just to put it in perspective, Mr. President inherited economy that is baffled with 4 mutually reinforcing distortion. One is subsidy that is unsustainable. Second one is opaque foreign exchange market that we have that discouraged investment into the country. Third one is underperforming oil sector, which should be our backbone. And last one is that we have tax base that is very small compared to the size of our economy. Those are the conditions that we met. And if you see that in real time, we have trade deficit, you have negative FAC inflow, meaning that instead of NNPC oil company bringing money to us, we are actually owing the NNPC because of subsidy that are not sustainable. You go to CBN, you have backlog of 7 billion. You have ways and means of roughly 23 trillion.
This was pre-Tinubu's coming into power.
I just don't want to say pre-Tinubu. I'm just telling you what we met on ground.
Before 2023.
Before 2023. This is the situation that we have on ground. Foreign inflow zero because of distortion in forex. I will give a full explanation into that. And poverty, lack of coordination, all those things is what we have. And as a visionary leader that Mr. President is, sat down and said, okay, how will I fix this? Because in our language, they say when the tree falls upon each other, you have to take it from the top. And he took the bold and which is most fundamental decision of this administration, which is removal of fuel subsidies. This is evil that has been with us for more than 3 decades. And this has caused a lot of distortion in macroeconomic indices of our economy. Coupled with that is unification of exchange rate that he has done. And then setting up tax reform and also issuing some executive orders to annex pending the time that we will have the law being passed. So when you have this situation on ground, and you know, as an accountant and economics, economics is not run by emotion. They respond to the rules. There are fundamentals. So when you make reference to what I said about complaining or people criticizing sectional data, and I said that Mr. President has elevated the structure, system, far beyond comprehension of some people. Because if you look at it, and which is the question I asked, that are they saying that it is wrong that we remove fuel subsidy? Are they saying that it is wrong that we unify the rate? Are they saying that we should have continued to use 1923 stamp duty tax law? So, which one? And that is what I said, but I don't want us to focus, because the political or campaign is not yet here. But the question I want Nigeria, and you inclusive, to ask is that what will you do differently from what we are doing?
So let's ask the question.